Christopher, Day 19, Pizza Delivery.
"What is your plan to rescue Dad and the others?" I asked Margaret. We were hiding behind a large tomb.
"We are going to have to put on a disguise so that we can get close to your father."
I asked what she meant by disguise, but before I could finish, she had opened the door to the tomb and went inside. I followed her in.
"Take these,"
she said, handing me a pile of filthy old rags. I started to understand what Margaret was planning. We were going to dress up like mummies.
"You are going to have to act like a mummy, Chris."
Margaret put her arms out in front of her and began moaning. "That's not acting like a mummy," I said. "That's a zombie."
"Same difference,"
she said. We exited the tomb quietly and scurried through the shadows. We looked just like real mummies. We could see Mr. Green ahead of us. He had left the hall, and now we were in another cave. However, this one was huge, and there was a sand floor and an underground sea. The beach was filled with mummies. They were sitting under umbrellas, drinking lemonade and snacking on carrots. A short way out to sea, there was a tiny island, and on that island we could see Mr. Green. He was lying on a couch, and there was one mummy feeding him broccoli and another mummy fanning him with a giant leaf.
"There's your father,"
whispered Margaret. He was tied to a pole along with Whitebeard and the forgotten Pharaoh.
"And look, the emerald tree,"
said Margaret. It was beside the couch, planted in a pot. "Well, what do we do now?" I asked.
"Pizza! We need to order a pizza,"
Margaret said. I told her that I was not hungry, but that we could eat after we rescued my father.
"The pizza isn't for us, Chris. It's for Mr. Green,"
she said. I didn't understand. How would buying a pizza save Dad? "And anyway, where are we going to get a pizza down here in the cave?" I asked.
"Delivery,"
she said.
"You can get pizza delivered anywhere these days."
I asked Margaret about her cell phone. I thought it was dead. She hit it against the wall a couple of times, and it came back on. She quickly dialed the pizzeria and said,
"Hello, I'd like to order one large pizza with extra cheese and butter, please. Please hurry."
She hung up the phone and said,
"Okay, the pizza will be here in less than 30 minutes, or it is free."
"Margaret, would you please explain how a pizza is going to help us?" I asked. Margaret told me her plan. Mr. Green was obsessed with health food. He hated junk food. If we could feed him pizza, he would lose all of his power and shrivel up. I asked her how she knew this. She said,
"I read about it on the internet."
What we needed to do was take the place of those two mummies feeding and fanning Mr. Green. Then we could feed him pizza and untie my father and the others. In the meantime, we had to wait for the pizza delivery boy to show up.